YouTube peeps, what's going on? This preacher. So where I been? Well, I had to get 2 stents put in my arteries. I had 2 arteries in my heart that collapsed. Now some of y'all know, but a long line from when I had heart surgery 7 years ago. I had a quadruple coronary artery bypass surgery. So they had to go in. I was having some issues. Started having issues after I was in the hospital for my stomach. Because I was in the hospital for my stomach for 3 days. I was in the hospital for my stomach. I had a whole bunch of ulcers that came up in my esophagus and in my stomach. And then some lever that opens up from your stomach and stuff, it was stuck and food couldn't go down. So I was throwing up everything. I was throwing up all my medicine. Couldn't keep no food down. Wound up losing about 22 pounds in a 2.5 week period of time. I couldn't eat nothing, couldn't drink nothing. Everything just was coming up. So it got so bad I had to go to the hospital. And then that's when they found all that. They had to put the tube down my throat, go in there with the camera and stuff like that. And they had to do some scissoring, some slicing, some cutting, some removing, all that kind of good stuff. So then 2 weeks later, I'm back in the hospital again because I was having a lot of chest pains. Then it happened during church at that. So I had 1 episode in church, and then I had the second episode about an hour later, still in church. So at that point, I was like, nah, I got to go to the emergency room. And go to the emergency room and had to get the catheterization done, heart cath done. So by the time they do that, they found I had 2 collapsed arteries. And they had to put 2 stents in to open the arteries back up so the blood can flow back to the heart again. So yeah, but I'm 7 years into a bypass, and the bypass, it only lasts 7 to 10 years at that. So I already was in that window of how long that it normally lasts on that one. But since I got that, I'm still a little weak, but I'm okay. I just had my full week. It's the first full week that I had back again. And I worked yesterday, which is Saturday, the 3rd, and I'm working Sunday today as well. And then I don't pick up again till late on Monday. So I have my 34-hour reset. I started at 3 o'clock this morning. So I have my 34-hour reset in by the time I pick up on Monday. I decided to work. Now on Friday, I did 4 loads. By Friday, I did 4 loads. That put me at 64.40. So I was like, well, I need to make up because, I've been out of work for, if you look at the total time I was out of work, it was about almost 2 weeks. So I was like, I got to make up that difference. So that's why I worked Saturday. And that brought it up to 69.40. And then after that, after Saturday, I worked today, Sunday, and that was $800. And I bought that brings that up after that. So that's where we at with everything. That's where we at. So I'm just like, hey, life goes on, right? Life goes on. It lasted a while now. I had my heart surgery when I was 36. I'm 43 now. So, hey, it is what it is kind of thing. It is what it is with everything. Just keep going and thank God for another day. But I don't too much worry about it. I know God got my back. And He won't let me fall. he got a message for me, and I got to keep going. And yes, I take it easy. Yes, I do eat right. Yes, I do exercise. Yes, I do all that kind of good stuff. I just had small arteries the size of an 8 to 10-year-old. It was real small. So the arteries in my body is small, and that just, I guess, is a birth defect. Best way, I mean, I don't know. You don't know what's inside your body, if it's growing like it's supposed to be growing, until something happens. And you just deal with it when it happens. That's it. That's it. You just deal with it when it happens. But one good thing about being an owner-op, when you do face these issues, and like I own my truck, I got the title to my truck and stuff, so I don't have to worry about a payment. So even though I'm not working, I have to still pay the deductions I got, but my deductions come up to $406 a week. That's all they come up to. So even if I don't work for the full week, I only owe $406 for that week. And normally if I work the following week, it will cover that cost of that. So yeah, so I actually started the week out in the hole. So that's why I said, let me work a little bit. Now that's past my normal schedule, because my normal schedule is I just work Monday to Fridays. By the time I get done Friday morning, I'm already at about $6,400 for the week, and I can decide if I want to do a load, to bring that up. And so I did a water load that paid me $500. So that's what brought up to 69. So then I was home Saturday, chilling. And then one of the brokers that I work with on the weekends, and this is normally my weekend brokers, because I do water on the weekends. So if I do a load, I do water loads. And they pay anywhere between $500, $800, depending on where I'm going. If I'm going down to Miami from Jupiter, that's only like 72 miles. Sometimes I go to Coral Springs, that's even less than that. That's like 56 miles. And then I get $500 for that. And for Jupiter to where I stay at, it's only 20 miles. So you're looking at a total trip there and back under 100 miles for $500. This one, water load that I did, I actually took it to Alachua. So from my house to pick it up and get to Alachua, it's 242 miles. So that's 484 miles total, and it's paying me $800 for that. Now I can say, hey, yeah, it's 96 miles from where I was picking up from, and it's paying $800. So I can come on here and say, hey, this load is paying me $7 a mile. But I do, from the time my truck start rolling to I get back home again. So that's how I do. I count all my miles, almost, because you got to pay for all your miles, empty or deadhead. It doesn't matter. You got to pay for all your miles. So I don't get on here and be like, hey, this load is paying me $7 a mile, because I only went 96 miles from the place at $800. See what I'm saying? I mean, I could do that if y'all want. Be like, hey, this load pay me $7 a mile, or this load is paying me $6 a mile, or this load is doing all that. No, I do every single day, all my miles I do. And because I own my truck, I don't have no truck payments, I can do little stuff like that. Normally what I do is I do 2 of those loads, right? I do 2 of the Jupiter to down to Boca. It's anywhere from Boca Raton to Miami that I do. And I do 2 of those loads in one day. That's what I normally do. But I was tired, so I only did 1 load on Friday instead of doing like 2 loads, because the 2 loads would get me $1,000. So I was tired, and then I was gonna just sit at the house and take the rest of this here weekend off. I really was. But this broker that I work with a lot. So when he called and asked me to do it for him, a favor for him, I'm like, all right, because we got that little storm Elsa coming, so these places is ordering water and things like that. So he was in like a little bind. So I was like, okay, I'll help you out this time, you know. But remember me now. Remember me. I tell them to remember me, that I did this for them and things like that. Because sometimes I can call him at the beginning of the week and he don't have a load. Then I'll be like, no, I need you to find me a load somewhere. Give me some water, water load somewhere. Okay, especially where I got something to do. And then he'll find me a load. He done that for me about 3-4 times. I want to say 4 times. I think it's more like 3 though. But he done it for me at least 3 times that he had done it. Especially when I like 1 week after I didn't broke down and I'm trying to do it. So I try to do that. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later.